Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nimitoye show. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nimi and today I have a guest with me on the show and his name is Mr. RAPHAEL, and this is not his first time here actually. So if you are tuning in for the first time, you can go listen to the episode on self-leadership. He did justice to that topic. And for the sake of my new listeners, Mr. RAPHAEL is a friend, a brother, a coach, and is the president of Bold and Dynamic Rulers Initiative. He's a speaker, he's a writer, event host, and a nation builder. You're welcome, Mr. RAPHAEL.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so I'm very excited to have you again on the show, and thank you for agreeing to do this with me. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm very well, and actually always privileged being here.
Okay, are you ready for us today?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so guys, we're going to be talking about love thyself, which apparently means self-love. And then let's get down to business. So my first question to you is, what does it mean to love oneself? That is basically what is self-love.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss Nimi. I feel the topic itself already defines the whole concept of what the definition should look like. Self-love should definitely mean loving yourself.
Okay.
A lot of people are more familiar with the concept of loving other people. We feel it is a moral justice when we do that. I mean, okay, I care about other people. I put other people before myself. I reach out to people and everything. But even the good book says, love your neighbor as yourself. If I am a good English student, that should teach me that the only way I can love other people well is to love myself. So there is no way I can love other people properly if I had not loved myself adequately. Now, doing something properly is doing it well enough, but doing something adequately is doing it to its best. I mean, doing it to a level where it is not falling short of anything. So I have to have given myself the picture of what it means to experience something, to be able to practically, do it for others. If I would ask you, Ma, to help me sweep my room, just as you swept yours, your room must have been the picture by to which I am requesting you to sweep mine. So it is how much you love yourself that even the good book is encouraging us to love other people. So I believe self-love in its whole context is actually we accepting ourselves. You accept other people by loving them, regardless of their shortcomings or whatever mistake it is they've actually done in the past or had. So it is also now we accepting ourselves. We are accepting our mistakes. We are accepting our shortcomings. We are accepting whatever it is that we feel is, in quotes now, not good enough, to the outside world.
Yeah.
We accepting it. We loving ourselves and not wanting to be other people.
Thank you so much for that. I love the fact that you actually emphasized on self-acceptance, like you accepting yourself for who you are. So far you can do that to other people, you should be able to extend the same love to yourself. Okay, moving forward, what is the difference between self-love and self-esteem? Because I think people try to confuse those two phrases. So what do you think is the difference between self-love and self-esteem?
All right, thank you very much. Self-esteem is a process in the journey of self-love.
Okay.
Self-esteem, like we all know it, is actually in two ways. People do have low self-esteem and people do have high self-esteem. Now, when you have a high self-esteem for yourself, it is you just placing yourself to be important enough. Now, let me give you an example. For someone like me, when you were reading my bio earlier, you made mention of the fact that I was an event host. Now, you go to event as an event host that I am, and people give me this list of people that they want me to call to the high table. and they write things like very esteemed guests. Now, those are people that okay, everybody are actually very important, but this set of people are placed on the very high level of, respect in a sense. Excuse me. So that means that when you have a high self-esteem for yourself, it is you placing yourself to a very high level of respect for yourself. So when you have a low self-esteem, it means you see other people as being more important, more gracious, more than yourself. So that context means when I am in a place and there are educated fellows, I don't see myself as less. I see myself as the best. I see myself as, those things that are more positive about you, that you try to just make people see, not in a proud manner, not in an egoistic manner, for example, but in a very humble way of just expressing it that no, I am the best at this. I'm a better person. I am a respected person. I know what I know. I know what I'm doing. Things like that that push you towards the realization of the fact that actually you actually have a very high self-esteem. So self-esteem is just a journey. It's a process rather in the journey of self-love. Self-esteem is not self-love. Self-esteem is not self-love. It's just a process in the journey of self-love. So when you have a high self-esteem, it helps you grow in the journey of self-love. When you have a high self-esteem, but when you have a low self-esteem, then that means you still have a long way to go.
So how do you think one can actually build self-esteem?
Like I said earlier, everything boils down to the first realization of self-acceptance. When you accept yourself, people can't use what you know about you against you. If I look into the mirror and I see myself as a dark-skinned person, rather, nobody comes around to call me, see this black boy, and I get angry. Oh, do you need me to explain what it really means to be black to you? Things like that. Like I tell people, when you know yourself enough, abuses or appraisals don't get to you. Well, humility would make you feel like, oh, thank you. But when you know yourself well, nobody looks at me and say, you are a boy, and thank you very much, I appreciate it. Are you kidding me? I know that about myself. So the realization of the good truth about you actually leads to you building your self-esteem. You don't see yourself as being lesser than other people.
So self-esteem is more of the personal and intentional, view about yourself.
Yes, positive view about yourself. That is more of it.
All right, thank you for that. So lastly, what do you think are some good self-love habits? Like, how can you love yourself?
Okay. Now, when you say good self-love habit, that means the things that you continually do to grow in the journey of self-love.
Yes.
Okay. I think I would go back to my definition of self-love, which is first accepting yourself. But in this context, when we're not talking about the habits, I feel we don't just stop at accepting ourselves. Okay. Everybody there are good habits and there are bad habits. So if you now say self-love habits, people could actually, twist it in different ways to which they seem it fit. Some people have some very, I don't know how to really, unmoral or unreasonable habits that they practice and feel, no, I don't give a shit, I don't give a damn, and I don't know how to say those foul languages, but people just feel they can do whatever it is they want to do, regardless of, all in the context of wanting to say they love themselves is why they are doing that. But no, here I feel when we accept ourselves, when we recognize our faults and shortcomings, we should not have a mind of betterment. So that means when I accept that, I feel I am not too good at this area, I should have an intentional willingness to get better. So now, but it is not me now seeing myself as a failure. It is me accepting myself, but with the desire to get better at it. I have a quote that I'm used to: better is never ending. It comes after every best if you permit it. So you can never be the best person in the world, but instead you have the mind of being the best person while working towards being the best person. So the